Alright you lot, wake hell up you caffeine-fueled click sponges. Gaming industry's bleeding nitre every orifice again, and we've brought salt, scars and screenshots to prove it. COD's pre-orders just got stomped by Battlefield 6. Battlefield players are gatekeeping revives over glow stick trousers. Amazon pulled plug mid-dev cycle. And Halo? Halo's stuffing your Combat Evolved memories with prequel padding fluff. Let's torch this dumpster. Let's start with unthinkable. Call of Duty, Immortal Yearly Skin Parade with a gun attached, just got publicly spanked by Battlefield 6. On Steam, Arena of Pre-Order Truth. Black Ops 7, title that were meant to bring it all back with classic features, no SBMM lies, persistent lobbies, is sitting at under 200,000 pre-orders. That's 18 days out from launch. Battlefield 6 had already hit close to 1 million at the same time frame. And the foot COD defenders crawl out screaming, Game Pass! Yeah, we know. We know it's launching day one there. We know Battle.net exists. But if you're gonna claim dominance, you better show receipts. Steam don't lie. It don't fluff your numbers with subs, bundles, or included with Prime Gaming bullshit. It's just raw buyer intent. And buyers are not interested. Wanna talk Steam followers? Battlefield 6's chart looks like a bottle rocket. Massive spike post-beta. Still climbing. Meanwhile, COD's chart is flatter than Yorkshire pint left out in sun. That followers number bloated with corpses. People who followed back in 2019 and forgot series even existed while Activision was still selling anime tracer packs and Snoop Dogg skins. And here's pissing face kicker. Activision said they were going grounded again. No wacky cosmetics, they said. Back to boots on ground warfare, they said. So what's first promo? Little Caesar's camo. You heard me. Pizza sauce and cheese drip on your Battlefield uniform. Meanwhile, Battlefield 6 is sitting smug. It served up a beta that looked, felt and played like a Warzone with teeth. And now it's outpacing COD without needing to dress soldiers like bloody discount mascots. This ain't just a numbers thing, it's a vibe shift. King's Cloak is threadbare, and Battlefield just kicked Palace Door off its hinges. Now, you thought Battlefield 6 hype train were running smooth? Nah mate, it's been derailed by a pair of glowing dark trousers. That's right, same game that mocked Call of Duty for being a circus just did one toint at Neon and community set old wardrobe on fire. So here's what happened. Battlefield 6 launches with a clear promise. Grounded cosmetics, no anime bimbos, no clown masks, no soldier dressed like a vapad. Then they drop a skin called Wicked Grin, bright blue, shiny, looked like someone dipped a PMC in antifreeze and told him to smile. Players went full jihad, forums lit up, Reddit declared war. Tweets with more venom than an anti-vaxxer in a Moderna factory. One guy said, and I quote, I will not revive anyone wearing this skin. Battlefield's always been about squad play, but now we've got players role-playing fashion police with a defib in one hand and a grudge in other. And devs, shockingly, they listened. They're already toning down some at brighter skins, walking back fluorescent drip and trying to stay on course. That's rare. That's respect. They could have doubled down, gone full Fortnite and sold glowing dark ghillie suits with Twitch Prime logo tattooed to their ass, but instead they actually responded to feedback, something Activision had done since 2011. Compare that to Call of Duty Black Ops 7, where they promised no goofy cosmetics and immediately launched a Little Caesars promo with pizza camo. It's not just stupid, it's insulting. Like being told you're getting a war simulator, then being handed a Domino's advert and a button that says, order hot wings for XP. So yeah, did Battlefield overstep? Maybe a bit, but they corrected course. Meanwhile, Call of Duty is still slapping mozzarella on your tac vest and calling it tactical. This is what happens when a franchise actually gives a toss about its identity. Battlefield's trying to win back serious shooter crowd. COD's too busy bastardising itself for fast food partnerships. One of these games wants to be a Warzone, other wants to be a fucking buffet. You glad Battlefield team listened to community? Tell me your thoughts in comments. Let's talk Amazon. Company that ships your piss jugs in 12 hours or less just decided it can't ship a working video game if you gave it 12 bloody years. Big news just dropped. Amazon Games has cut deep, slashing jobs across its entire gaming division. Not just a few interns or HR reps. Nah, we're talking significant cuts. Full departments nuked. MMO projects cancelled. Publishing gutted. and dream of building next World of Warcraft officially face down its ditch. Let's rewind. Amazon walked into this industry with more money than God and ego at 10 Ubisoft execs. They said, we're gonna make AAA blockbusters. They hyped new IPs, massive scope, cutting-edge engines. You know what we got? Crucible, which launched, unlaunched, and died before anyone figured out what hell it was. Then we got New World, which started strong, then exploded into spaghetti mess of bots, bugs, and player bleeding. Now, according to Bloomberg, they've slammed brakes entirely. San Diego, gone. Irvine, gutted. Central Publishing, massacred. Focus now, live service support only. Translation, we'll run servers we already built until we can't milk another cent. And they're trying to spin it like strategic prioritization. Nah, mate, this is a retreat. This is an empire admitting defeat. You had Bezos money. You could have hired every ex-BioWare dev, built a golden MMO about space frogs, and still had cash left over for cocaine-scented packaging. But instead, you pissed it up wall with bad management, creative chaos, and attention span of a Labrador in a squirrel sanctuary. You don't get to fail this spectacularly and blame market. You work market. You had capital, cloud, player base potential, platform, and still couldn't build something people gave a shit about. This isn't just an Amazon problem. This is a gaming industry red flag. If richest company on earth can't survive live service AAA dev treadmill, then who can? What does it say about rest at studios trying to chase same impossible dragon? Now then, buckle up, cause Halo, granddaddy of Xbox shooters, has decided it's not enough to remake Combat Evolved. Nah, that'd be too simple. Too clean. Instead, they're sneaking in 3 brand new prequel missions and calling it Campaign Evolved. Evolved my ass. This is Halo Expanded Universe Edition and nobody asked for it. That, to be fair, I already covered Halo Remake earlier this week. Classic game with an Unreal Engine 5 facelift, new levels, weapons and vehicles. Multi-platform launch, even hitting PS5. That alone enough to make Phil Spencer wake up screaming into his Game Pass pillar. But this right here, it's twist. They're bolting on entirely new lore, all missions set of 4 original story. New characters, new settings, and of course, new enemies. Cause why stop at rewriting gameplay when you can bend canon over and gear a retcon wedgie? According to devs, these aren't rehashes or flashbacks. They're an entirely new story that fills in gaps leading up to Chief's landing on first Halo ring. Sounds nice on paper, but it's like painting a mustache on Mona Lisa. You better not fuck it up. See, Halo has always had lore, books, comics, side content, but Combat Evolved? That were pure. A lean, focused shooter masterpiece. You start in a Warzone, mystery unfolds naturally. We didn't need exposition dumps or prequel fluff to tell its Covenant were mad bastards. We felt it with every plasma grenade at face. Nah, we risked turning that sharp, elegant opening to a footnote. A glorified Act 2 after some dramatic Before It All Began melodrama that exists just to justify a deluxe edition and a few extra marketing trailers. It's like they're afraid original ain't enough anymore, so they slap on content, puff up runtime, and hope you wouldn't notice the tampering with nostalgia like it's a bloody Netflix reboot. Let's be clear, if new missions are good, I'll say so, but this reeks of modern dev syndrome. Why remaster when you can rewrite? And if they start sliding down that slope, don't be shocked if we get DLC about Sergeant Johnson's high school years or Cortana's TikTok origin story. What do you think about these prequel levels? Let me know in comments below. So what have we learned today, folks? Industry ain't just messy, it's embarrassed. And every time these publishers open the mouths, another decade of goodwill melts into the floor. Do yourself a favour. Keep your eyes sharp, your bullshit detectors sharper, and don't buy into hype unless it's got scars to prove it. Like, subscribe and all that bollocks. Drop your comments and questions below. Unless you're wearing a pizza camo, in which case kindly go eat a frag grenade. And I'll see you next time, you magnificent